I can tell you small little thing. It's in this country actually. Mother was living at the airport, and we had been to see mother, and I don't know, maybe myself alone or with the children, but Malcolm was at work, so I just told mother that by your grace, mother, that Malcolm is doing well. He's got all the company car, and but his company is sending him to some other place called Luton, and I really didn't want to go so far, and but mother said, no, you should always, wherever the husband goes, you should go with him. So I said, oh my God, and he was looking for a house over there, but then we had to like sell this house or rent another house, and too many things happened. So then afterwards, I think he stayed there, but that's why you have to go where the husband goes, So that was very good.
Yes. Yeah, she told me that as well. She's on a tape where she talks about how to have a happy marriage, and it does work.
Which year is this?
This was in Australia, and I think it was 1979. It's a very good tape. It's a Nabi tape, and she says on it that she does it so charmingly, doesn't she? She says that the husband comes home from work, he says to the wife, oh, I fancy a pancake. Oh, yeah. And the wife says, oh, I'm too tired, I can't. So then, or he comes home from work and she's been indoors all day and she says, oh, I'm fed up, I'd like to go out. Let's go out. He says, oh, I can't, I'm too tired. So mother said, she should be dying to do what he wants, and he should be dying to do what she wants. And we have tried that in our marriage, and it absolutely works. It's wonderful advice, and it's so simple. Well, I wasn't all that young when I got married, and I was quite set in my ways, and so was my husband. And I had lived alone, and I was used to going out in the evening, walking around the streets. It's a very funny thing to do, but that's what I used to do, really, to go around walking around, because I live in quite a nice area. There were some beautiful door cases and some nice buildings, so that's what I used to do. So anyway, David would come home from work, and I'd say, oh, I'd like to go out for a walk. He said, okay. And he walked around the streets with me, looking at the door cases and the buildings, and he did that for 3 weeks, and then I didn't want to do it anymore. I've never forgotten it. I've always remembered him doing that. And he's such a darling, sweet person. And we've always tried to do that, to do what the other one wants. And that's the way to be happy. So when everybody gets divorced all the time, you think, well, try that, try that. Mother's advice.
Yeah.
Simple.
It's just love, really, isn't it? It's about having to care about what the other one wants.
Yeah, and then you can be as set in your ways as you like, and you can still come out of it.
I also feel sometimes it's like all mother's talks and everything. I think they are so, like mother has said, every talk will transform you and all that. And I can see it in practice, because in mother's talks, I mean this Sahaja children. Of course, my daughter is now 25, 24 sort of thing. So, sorry, 26 and 24. So, I mean, I'm surprised. The other day, just a couple of days back, I wanted to come for this thing, and I had something happening yesterday and all that, and there was little this between us that, oh, what is going to happen and that sort of thing. So Sakshi and Smita, they just said to me, oh, do you know what, Mummy? Maybe we are being born to correct you, and that's why we have been born. And I'm surprised when they talk. I mean, sometimes it's funny, they really come to the earth in order to, they've got such knowledge, that they can really correct you in such a subtle way and make you realize that, oh, what you're doing is wrong or something like that. And she told me, Mummy, all men are the same, Mummy. And she says to me, yeah, you have to really, Mummy, they are like babies. And I said, my God, and you have to really, yes, daughter. Even when she was small, because when she was born, I think when I was expecting, her mother had told me that big soul is coming, taking birth on the earth. She told, I don't know whether she told me or to my brother, but I know that much. And even when she was 9 years old, she had told her cousin, whom she had not seen for a long time, far cousin, when we had been, because she was in Dharamshala, and she had told, do you know what, I've seen God, you know, I've seen God, and you know, that's why we are studying there, because that's God's place. And the cousin was saying, where's this God's place and all that? So she said, Mummy, come here, you know, give realization to this boy, because he was, and both the boys, they were sitting like that in the meditation, and she was only 9 years old, and the boys, they said, oh, now we want to go where the Sakshi and Smita are going, to Dharamshala. That means, you know what, these realized souls, they are really, they're different, and you know, so I mean, it's amazing.
Did you get advice from Shri Mataji about children, how to bring them up?
It was very simple advice. She just said, you discipline them and I love them. I'll give them the love, you give them the discipline.
When my daughter was young, she told me how to put oil and on, they say talu, so that talu has to be filled, because you know, first child, you don't know how to bring them up, and she said you have to put the oil this way and then rub it towards into the middle and fill the this up and all. She showed me how to do that sort of thing, you know, for the baby, you know.
Well, I was just thinking of the same thing when we went to a meeting. Gowrie had just been born, and the mother stopped when she went out and said, you know, put some attention on Gowrie and said, how is she? And she had a little bit of a cold, she was a bit blocked up, and I told mother that, and she said, what you need to do is oil her head, and suddenly a hand with oil came out of the crowd somewhere. And so Shri Mataji oiled Gowrie's head there, and exactly what you were saying, going into the centre. And I just remember seeing mother's face being very big, and just being very aware of mother there. Yeah.
What about the gentleman? Did you have any sort of advice on day-to-day activities?
No, none at all.
They're the children, you see. Mother always says
Yes.
the right children, doesn't she?
One day at when she came to Bushy Park, that was the ashram in Bristol. It's just a little amusing thing. I was taking Lakshmi past mother's bedroom door, and I hadn't put tights on her, and I knew that mother would say, you know, she should have tights on, and I tried to sneak past the door, and then I was just going past, and mother said, Ruth? And she said, she should have tights on. And she would ask what you were giving her to, then it was just Lakshmi I had then, so what I was giving her to eat, you know, if I was giving her something, what have you put in there? She had a little cardigan on, and she said, where did this come from? And I'd actually bought it in a charity shop, and then I knew. And then she said, you should knit for her yourself. You should knit. You should knit for her. Yeah. Which I had actually done a few things, but then and I knew she was telling me that it wasn't. The vibrations weren't very good.
She doesn't like children, babies in the all in one, does she?
No, because the vibrations can't flow, so that, you know, when they wear the fleet, all joined together. Yeah.
Also, I remember, I think when the babies are small, I think I should give khichdi, you know, and that's very good for the babies. I think she mentioned rice and moong dal. You know, that's with that's very good and has to give.
That's so amazing. Is there? I mean, I'm sure there's loads more. Is there anything else that's just as there inside you and you want to share with us, which we haven't covered? So, I mean, there's loads, I know. Is
funny story, I suppose. When we were at Brompton Square, I was up on the roof of the house overlooking the garden next door. It was springtime and there was this magnolia tree in the garden next door, and I was admiring it. I wondered how long it had been in there because it was quite developed, and I wondered how much the person who planted this tree had actually paid for it when he first got hold of it. And there was a public meeting that night, and Mother said, during the course of the lecture, she said, when you see a beautiful tree, just enjoy it. Don't stand there asking how long has it been there, how much did it cost.
Being with Mother is difficult because all your things come out in CinemaScope, whatever is not very good. And I remember I can't remember what it was, something, and sitting at her feet, and I said, oh, it's wonderful being with you, Mother, but it's awful as well. She said, yes, that's what it's like with Mother. That's what it's like with Mother.
She sometimes has a way of reflecting back to you little sort of nervous habits or habits that you have, and so that you see them yourself. And I had a habit of saying, you know what I mean, after what I'd said to people. And I said, it's Mother. I said something and I said, you know what I mean? And she said, no. No, I don't know what
I was addicted to sunbathing, and I had a horrible lesson over that, and I've never sunbathed since. We were in Switzerland, and I went out for a walk in the afternoon, a hot sunny afternoon. I thought, I'll go down to the lake and I'll sit under a tree. But you had to walk in the sun down to the lake, you see. But oh no, when I get down there I'll be in the shade, la la la. Everything is okay. I came back, had a little rest, looked in the mirror, yes, nice sort of pinkish brown. I thought, oh, it looks nice, sparkling eyes, you know. So I went into Mother's room and she said, oh, Baba, what have you done? What have you done to yourself? Shouting out. Felt terrible. Then she shouted and shouted, and she got her son in on. Look at her face, look what she's done. Anyway, he said, now tomorrow you're not to go out. So the next day came, I didn't go out, I sat inside, and in the evening they all went, that night, in those days they weren't always very kind to the people who accompanied Mother, and I had to sleep under the kitchen table. I was bitten by mosquitoes all night. The next day, the next day, the whole of my side of my face was all these lumps. So I didn't go out. She came down to them, we were all going out for the programme. And she said, aren't you coming? I said, no, you told me not to go out, Mother. She said, yes, it's all right, you come. So I was sitting in the front of the car and she was behind, so she must have seen the side of my face. What's wrong with your face, she said. I said, well, I got bitten by the mosquitoes, and I never sunbathed after that. That was a horrible lesson. You get shamed in front of everybody.